It was 2 years ago, and it was in the 4th week of calving. I find that if we're going to have trouble, that's when it sort of comes around, because my calves go through the shed probably twice. We haven't got enough sheds they have a separate shed each, and so that's when I have to be extra vigilant. And when I got the scours, it was terrible. But
Calves got the scours.
Yes, the calves got it. Just so time consuming.
Yep.
And on the family, I'd be down in the calf sheds. I'd go down at 10 o'clock at night to give them their last bite traits, and then up at 5 bite traits. It's just terrible. Steve, he would be in the shed with me because he could just see it's draining and it's hard work. I wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy.
I think that's the big thing. It's actually psychologically draining as well as physically tired, because it takes so much time to put the electrolytes into the calves, and but you just have to treat each individual calf, and to see them go down, I just hate.
And then after that, every time you go to the calf sheds, you're going, oh,
yes,
there's another calf down.
Yeah.
And it's almost, you don't want to go in the calf shed.
Yep. Don't like looking there first thing in the morning because you don't know what you're going to find.
You've actually got to really, really toughen up, don't you, to get in the shed. And I think the hard thing is that for us we found that often the scours outbreak would happen right at the peak of the calving season. So everyone was tired and frustrated anyway. And it's just heartbreaking and demoralising, and there's nothing worse than seeing dead or ill animals. It's like seeing any baby, anything that's ill. Yeah. It's just heartbreaking.
So what did you do to try and combat it?
To combat the
scours?
Well, on our farm we found that rotavirus was our biggest enemy, and so we had to vaccinate. And I think the first year they tried vaccinating half the herd, the idea being, of course, that you got colostrum in, and if you had half the cows vaccinated, that was, that vaccine was coming through in the milk and it would suffice all the cows. And when that didn't work so well, that was when I got stuck in and did the research, and that's when I first learnt about having to get the colostrum in within that 6 hours, and it was important that it was first colostrum, and that if you had a calf born from a cow that wasn't vaccinated, then she wasn't getting that first colostrum off a vaccinated cow. So from there we went to vaccinating the whole herd, and we just couldn't believe the difference. I mean, it just made such a world of difference to have... it just wasn't an issue anymore. I mean, you still had to be careful, you still had to follow all your other practices, but not to have to deal with rotavirus was just absolutely huge. Just made a major difference. And so we've vaccinated every year since.